Okay, Arcade Maniacs, I got another educational video for you. In case you don't know how to do this, I am attempting to add hotshot racers to my cabinet. As you can see, I'm at Arcade Classics. I'm going to go up here to the games that I've put in. Okay. And you can see I've already got the icon for it there. I'm going to show you how to do this. So you want to exit out of Hyperspin. Right, I've got a lot of windows open already, but that's okay. And I'm sure you could also do this in the settings menu, but I like to exit out of Hyperspin because you just have to restart it anyway to get this to work. First thing you want to do is take the program that you're doing. So say you've got your Hotshot Racing right here, wherever you may store it on your hard drive. So I've copied all the files that I need. Sorry about that, knocked my camera over. Copied all the files I need, and I put them in the D drive under games for my Las Vegas arcade. Okay, so there's all my files, and as you can see, that's where the exe file is too. Under D, Games LVA, which is Las Vegas Arcade. It's just a folder I created where I put my games, Hotshot Racing. And then I will open up HQ. And when you go into HQ, you're going to go to your main menu wizard. You're going to add a new game. Okay, you're going to give it a name. And you want to spell it just like you want it on the wheel. So it's Hotshot and Racing. Okay, make sure you put appropriate spaces where you need them, however you want it to come out, because that's how it's going to come out on the wheel, and your artwork has to match that name. Okay, you'll hit next. It's going to ask you, is this menu item an executable program? You'll put yes. Okay, I've got it already exists, try a different name. So once you hit next on that, it's going to ask you where you want to put it on the wheel. So you can select, let's say you want it after your settings menu. You'll go to the settings menu and you'll select put after or before, however you want to put it. You can select the location of where it's going to show up on your wheel. And then when you get to the next one after that, it's going to ask you to find the exe program. Now, lately, and I've heard from other people the same thing, when you try to locate the exe file, it will just blank out and it won't go to that exe file. So you have to go into another notepad item in the INI file and edit it. That's been a problem I've been having for the last 2 or 3 updates. So if your wizard works fine, it'll just go through the menu and you'll be good to go after you select the exe file location. But if not, you'll have to go to this next step that I'm about to show you. All right, so I've already got that. So I'm going to exit out of this because I've already put it in here. So once you've created it and you select the exe file, it's either going to continue and you'll be good to go, or it's going to just leave it blank like you didn't even try to put it on there. If that happens to you, you have to go into your D arcade settings and find the game that you just put in, which in this case it was Hotshot Racing. So I go down here and I find Hotshot Racing right here, and I open the INI file. I've already got it open right here. And when you open it up, all of this information, the path and the exe, will all be blank. You need to type in what your exact path location is and what the exe file is named. That will let Hyperspin point to the proper file to open. if you are not sure what to put in those spots, I usually open up another one and compare the two. Like I'll go to, let's see, Hydro Thunder. And we'll see. If you look at Hydro Thunder, it says D:\arcade /Hydro Thunder / and the exe is Hydro Thunder loader.exe. Now if you look at mine, you got D:\games LVA for my Las Vegas arcade. That's my folder. And the exe is called hotshotracing.exe. But notice there's no space between the hotshot racing. It's very important that you give it the exact name of what your exe file is. Hopefully this is making sense and I haven't messed up this video. Okay, so now that I've got that information in, I can close that. Save the changes, yes. And then if I go over to my folder that actually has my Hotshot Racing information in it, and I already picked out a PNG file for my graphic. So here's my graphic right here. You need to take that graphic and copy it to your media folder. Right, so it's under arcade, and it is, hopefully I'll get this right the first time, under media. So D arcade media, and then I'll go to the main wheel, or main menu, as it is here, main menu, and then you go to images, and then you go to wheel. Okay, and as you see, that's all of your main menu wheel items. So then I go down here. If I go to Hotshot, I've already put it in here, but I'm going to show you that it's here. And Hotshot Racing right here. So it's D, arcade, media, main menu, images, wheel, and then the name of your file. So it's hotshotracing.png. I open that file, there's my picture. That's going to be my icon in the main menu wheel. Okay, now I should be good to go. I've got my directory pointing to my exe file. I've got my artwork in the images wheel folder. And I'm going to relaunch Hyperspin. Okay, I'm going to cancel my video. Okay, and there it is. I selected to put it in alphabetical order in my racing games that I have added. Okay. Okay, so there it is. I'll hit my start button and hopefully it'll launch. And it is not launching. What did I do? Okay, I'm going to double check this. Exit out of that. And more than likely it's in that settings menu. So we'll go to D, arcade, settings. Whoops, let me back out of there. I really don't want to reshoot this video, so I'm just going to continue on. I'm going back into D, arcade, and settings, and going into Hotshot Racing. And let me make sure I have this all right. So D, Games LVA. Oh, that's okay. So here's what happened. So I have D Games LVA as my path, but I've actually got it buried in one more folder called Hotshot Racing. There's my exe right there. So I forgot to put the Hotshot Racing after the Games LVA. So let me put that on there. Sorry, I'm typing with one hand and I've had a couple drinks. Who am I kidding? I'm just not a good typist. And it's hot shot, not hot soy. Okay. Well, type hot soy again. Okay. My path is now D:/games space LVA /hotshot racing. And actually, I'm going to put another backslash on there. I think it requires that. Okay, and then my exe is hotshot racing, no space, .exe. Just like it is right here, hotshot, no space, racing.exe. Now, close that file, save it. Now it should work. So I'll open up Hyperspin again. Showing the same video because I canceled it. Okay, here we are. Hotshot racing once again. Let's give it another go. There we go. Just like that. I have added hotshot racing to my cabinet. Any questions, or if you have trouble with it, hit me up. You can private message me if you need assistance. Hopefully this video was helpful.